My name is Rhapsody, welcome back to Monster Train with a primary and allied clan random and Covenant rank 11, where merchant rerolls cost 20% more, as well as all of the previous Covenant ranks. Ooh, I'm ready for a good one. We're starting out with the Seraph that is going to clear debuffs and buffs, as well as 2 hidden passages. Okay, so we're probably looking at an overstack build. 2 offering tokens, and a Pyre Chomper. Let's see what we see. Ooh. Rage not decaying is huge, but Winged Steel is also very, very powerful, especially with the offering tokens, because they're free to play. Oof. Collection of Tales is so powerful, though. Can I ever turn it down? Well, we should probably start thinking about what we're probably going to be doing as a game strategy, right? To deal with having Stygian as well as the Hellhaunt here. So an armor build seems likely. Spell weakness build doesn't seem that likely. Stacking not that much spell weakness on the Seraph the Chase is not going to be that easy, because they're going to clear half of their debuffs constantly. Buffs are also not that great in the final fight as well, because the Seraph the Chase is going to clear those. So that's actually a mark against the Collection of Tales here. Fine. Winged Steel is so powerful. Drawing 2 extra cards a turn pretty reliably as well is wild. So one thing I think we could do is use the spells of the Stygian to trigger incants for a defender in front of a Reaper Hornbreaker Prince here, and also use those spells to make sure that we get the enemies to exactly the right point where I can trigger my Slay effect. That sounds good to me. That sounds pretty good to me. Before we choose what we do here, let's look at the next area. There's a Hellhorn Banner and a Merchant of Steel. That's really good. Unless I get an amazing spell after this, I'm probably not going to the Merchant of Magic. Start battle, enemy units appear on each floor. We have a lot of spells that will be able to take those out. So I'm going to rely on getting that. There's only going to be 3 on the top floor here. Although I'm dazed, any unit I play on the top floor is just going to be dazed for the turn. So I do have to actually kill them. Let's drop Hidden Passage. It's not actually going to be useful here. Okay, I'll torch you, Hornbreaker Prince. Very reliant on getting a Train Steward next turn. There we go, we got a Train Steward. I really want the money from that Collector as well, though. Get rid of Hidden Passage, it's not going to be useful in this hand. Fine, I'm taking that. Okay, now we're good. Now we're good again. Pyre Chomper can go on the top floor as a way to eat a hit. Great. Torch one of you. Probably shouldn't throw down the extra Train Steward right now. It'll just die. And we're quite likely to use it to replace a previous Train Steward up there on top. So we've taken 1 damage so far, and we've gotten a Slay trigger off already. Throw past that. 1, 2, great. So that's my second Slay trigger. 1. I kind of do want that Train Steward to die right now. Definitely gonna use a Frozen Lance down here. Definitely gonna offering. Definitely going to throw a Train Steward. Yeah, I'm almost certain to get a Train Steward in the next hand. It's fine. So I just took 1 extra damage that turn in order to refresh the health of this Train Steward, basically. Actually, if I send you... actually, no, it's fine either way, right? Yeah, it makes no real difference. Sending it up would have just been a play to try and get another slay off on the Hornbreaker, but we have enough times here, that is 2 attacks against the Train Steward and 1 attack against the Hornbreaker, that we already had the timer on the Disciple Inquisitor here. So I got 75 gold for 3 health there. Pretty happy with that. Pretty happy with that. Fortify seems pretty important here. Yep. Titan's Tooth isn't awful. It provides us an offering of AoE here, which we don't yet have. Which it'd look like we either need Titan's Tooth, Vent, Ice Storm, or something like that to deal with. I could take the Titan's Tooth. Also, with the extra draw from the Winged Steel, I'm more likely to have the ability to trigger Titan's Tooth as well. So I'm starting to think of this game in terms of challenges, and what challenges I can address and what challenges I cannot address. So an example of that thinking would be, how does this deck deal with 2 big dudes? How does this deck deal with sweep? How does this deck deal with a bunch of harvest triggers on the same floor? How does this deck deal with incant triggers that gain armor? Those kinds of things, right? All of those, obviously I'm talking about my enemy squad. So I'm starting to try and use those kind of metrics to think about these kinds of things. Although it will take me a while as I still get it ingrained, so I'm still gonna try and remind myself of it constantly. Like, how does this deck deal with big dudes? How does this deck deal with AoE is one thing as well. Like, if you have a Glimmer with holdover and plus 10 magic power, you can just clear every AoE floor, right? All of the chumps, the maximum health that a chump in the backline has without armor addition is 10. Do it. Easy. And then obviously you just have your big dudes and your blockers and stuff like that, right? I love the idea of going for a Hellhound unit and immediate Merchant of Steel, but I also want to... See, the Titan's Tooth is the only thing that really wants a upgrade over here in the Merchant of Magic, and all it wants is holdover. There's not enough options. There's not enough options I'm looking for to get powerful over there. Quick, Rage, plus 10. Really depends on what we see here. None of these really want to be there. Demon Friend's real hard to play right now. But it is a good upgrade target. The problem is if I put it in front of the Hornbreaker Prince, it'll kill everything. The Hornbreaker Prince isn't going to get any kills, right? I mean, maybe it's an overstack. Maybe it's part of an overstack build, right? So we put a Train Steward in the front line, start defending it, and then we use the Ascend to throw a demon behind the Hornbreaker. No, but if we're throwing someone behind the Hornbreaker, we actually use the Hidden Passage just to ascend a Horned Warrior, right? Because if we're already defending the frontliner, we just need more damage in the backline. Fine, it's like a Horned Warrior. I don't like any of these on the Horned Warrior though. I'll reroll from Multi-Strike or something. Large Stone, that'll do. This is effectively, I just made a Demon Friend. Right? Look at it. It's kind of Demon Friend. Also, by the way, that is now my frontline unit on the top floor. So that should solve a lot of problems for us for a while. We still don't have area control, which is going to be an annoyance, but we have enough spells that we have like pseudo area control at this point. Okay, setting up on the top floor. There you go. Hang on. Yeah, that's all I can do. Fine, there you go. Torch you so that these go up more slowly. And then kill one of you. I've got to make sure that 2 get to the top floor wherever available so that the Hornbreaker Prince still has an opportunity here to slay. Obviously, unless I can fully clear out the previous anyway. Yeah, that'd be fine. Train Steward, let's give you the armor. Throw a Pyre Chomper out in the front so that I can Train Steward, I'll Hidden Passage you up, And I'm okay taking the 10 damage here in order to get an extra slay on the Hornbreaker Prince. In fact, the Hornbreaker Prince really needs slays. I've got none so far. Okay, offering token. Titan's Tooth is not left in the deck, but that's okay. Fine. I mean, they have sweep on this top line anyway, so I'm gonna have to use the armor there. Also send you up to the top line. And offering token past a Titan's Tooth. We were already gonna kill here, but especially because the offering token and the Titan's Tooth both count as cards played for the Winged Steel. Makes our life really good. Nice. Yeah, I'll take another Fortify. I have no way of healing yet. Another Titan's Tooth? I wanted the Helical Crystals, but they are solving our AoE problem. There's the Guard of the Unnamed. That's what I wanted on the top floor is the thing. That's what I wanted as my frontliner for the Hornbreaker Prince. I can still do that, can't I? Yeah, I can still do that. That's totally fine. We're gonna want health if we can get it here. Stygian units? Do we want Stygian units? Not really. The more units that we have, the less reliable this setup is gonna be. So it's probably going to be Guard of the Unnamed with the Hornbreaker Prince standing behind. Horned Warrior gets sent to the top behind the Hornbreaker Prince. Eventually gets multi-strike. Guard of the Unnamed eventually gets, you know, incant, gain plus armor or something like that. I'd like to set this up on the middle floor. But that is going to be a little difficult. Let's look at the Merchant of Steel, I think. Multi-strike. Okay, and then the plus health on the Guard of the Unnamed. Pretty much exactly what I wanted there. Copy card 5 times, great. I don't think there's anything I want to copy 5 times. I'll probably copy one more offering token though. Yeah, especially with a second Titan's Tooth in the deck and the Winged Steel, I think that's actually a pretty decent. I mean, there is the other play here, which is copy all offerings, like copy 5 offering tokens, and then just put every offering card in the deck. The thing is, the Guard of the Unnamed and Hornbreaker Prince don't... Like, I don't cast the offering stuff on the same floor as them, almost ever. So really, it's just the Fortifiers that are actually powering up the Guard of the Unnamed right now. I'll copy it once. Another play there would have been copying the mega upgraded Horned Warrior. I could see that. Okay, so we have defense, damage, scaling, no AoE yet. But we do have directed damage, which is, as I mentioned before, kind of like functioning as a pseudo AoE for us. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then offering to throw a Titan's Tooth. That's a good floor. Alright, armor. That's a good floor. Okay, I'm gonna send the bomb away so that I don't have to deal with that. Send the bomb away. I'm triggering the opponent's incant trigger, but it only gets +1 damage. I get +3 armor, so I'm ending out on top there. Probably the train steward here, actually. Okay, and then again, the train steward will throw the Pyre Chomper on the bottom grounds. So 5 plus 28. Okay. There we go. Now this is a kill with the Hornbreaker Prince, which means the Hornbreaker Prince is going to get their first Slay trigger. This is exactly what I said I was going to be doing, which is using my spells to try and set up the Hornbreaker Prince for more Slays. Very glad to see that working out here. Let's send you up. Same thing's happening again there. I'm going to throw a train steward on the top floor just so that I don't draw it again. Use one offering to, throw away the dead weight. Great. And then the second one draws a bunch of extra cards to hands. And I guess I'll throw a train steward on the top line as well. Another case of sacrificing it intentionally, obviously. Alright. Our defense is doing really well. Our damage is seriously scaling. This feels like a good one. Feels like we're on to a winner. Whether or not the run wins, it feels like this is... I'm accounting for things I haven't necessarily accounted for before. Trying to think ahead a little more than I necessarily have before as well. Feeling good about this one. Get him. Ooh, giant slay triggers. Alright. Transcend Imp. Do I have any summon effects in the entire thing? I do. I have a Pyre Chomper. I have a single Pyre Chomper. Do I diversify at this point? I don't think I need the extra energy that the Transcendent would provide us, or rather the Transcendent buff to the Pine Chomper, obviously. And I don't think there are any imps that I desperately want, right? Because the armor imp affects the floor that it's on. I'm not going to be able to put it on the same floor as any of the other stuff because I'm overstacking. Rage imp, same situation. Overstacking, not really going to help us. Molten imp. Molten imp provides a little bit of AoE, which would be nice, but then relying on that and a Transcend imp in order to provide my AoE, especially considering it's quite weak at only 5 damage. I'm fine. The closest one here is the Branded Warrior, but if I take a third minion into this deck, we're going to have a bad time, because then if I don't draw, like, Horned Warrior or Guard of the Unnamed until the third hand, which would be possible with another minion in the deck, our setup crumbles, because Hornbreaker Prince can only take 6 damage, and Branded Warrior can only take 5. Yeah, that's another pass. I'll take the money, though. Honestly, don't think we need the energy here as much as we need more draw. We've got the Pyre Chomper to help us along just a little bit. We've got a lot of zero-cost spells. We're going to be removing a lot more spells. We've got more zero-cost spells. And obviously, the Titan's Tooth are zero-cost if they happen to be in the same hand as the Offering Token. So the extra draw is kind of extra energy in terms of not having to hardcast those. Not that I ever would hardcast those, but just in terms of not having to. Okay. Removing 2 cards from the deck and duping a card is really appealing here. I think we're done getting minions, so I'm okay with missing out on that Hellhaunt. So the double removal is almost certainly... Train Steward, right? Yeah, because they're not going to trigger our incant triggers eventually. The dupe is the more complex one here. I could now just get another Horned Warrior. I am using an overstack build. Might as well. We'll take the better scaling on Reaper 2 for the Hornbreaker Prince here. I'd love to also give it multi-strike at some point, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that class hybridization. Okay, so now we have the incant triggers on the Reflector. Honestly, them getting +6 damage is not that bad. The Quill Marksman is going to be pretty easily killed the majority of the time with a Torch or a Titan's Tooth. The Clipped Reflector shouldn't be able to get past both of our Horned Warriors. Oh my god. Okay, actually, here's how we set up this one. This is a weird one. God of the Unnamed, Horned Warrior, Hornbreaker Prince, Offering Token a Titan's Tooth here, Yeah, and then we need to hidden passage both of these up to the top floor. I don't like that my Hornbreaker Prince is going behind the Horned Warrior, but I had to... This is the only way I could have split these floors, unfortunately. Interestingly, right now, the Hornbreaker Prince is getting the slay on the Clip Reflector. But if I want to fix all of my positioning, I have to change that. Oops. Sorry about it. Okay, never mind. All positioning fixed right now. We're good. Pretty much no matter how many spells I cast on this top floor, we should be okay. Right? Yeah, 90 and another 90 damage, as well as a 36 in the middle. In fact, we might actually want to try and get this to get the Hornbreaker Prince get a kill again. So 5, 90, 95. So you got 101. Yeah, actually, the Hornbreaker Prince already gets the kill. So how many more things can I cast on this floor for the Hornbreaker Prince to still get this kill? 5, 95. This is 101, 1, 3. Okay, so I can cast 2 more spells. Actually, both of those also damaged you. Can I cast another one? I can. Yeah, no more spells after that, though. Let's go Pirate Chomper, Train Steward. Fine. Cycle in and kill you. Oh, I miscounted that. I didn't get the Slay Trigger. Nope, never mind. I did. There we go. Huh. Just went by so quickly I didn't think I'd got the Slay Trigger. We've got both Titan's Tooth in hand, so hopefully we get some offering tokens here now. I mean, I'd love to trigger a Titan's Tooth on that bottom floor, but I can't guarantee that I would be able to. Yeah, great. Awesome. Another offering there. I want to leave the offering until I have my 3rd cast of the turn. Yeah, for the sake of drawing more cards, just in case. I'm still trying to get the train stewards out of here, and great. That'll get him. We've got to use all of the Titan's Teeth on the bottom here so that we get the Frostbite stacks on the boss. 5, so 95. Yeah, you died to the Hornbreaker Prince right now as well. But I can also cast 3 spells and then you'll still die to the Hornbreaker Prince. There we go. So I get my extra Slay Trigger off. I'm gonna save myself a turn here. It's not really cocky. I knew we had the win there. It's pretty obvious from the stats on the board. Enflame, Impish Scholar, impressive. I think it's none of these. Enflame is a little close. But I think that the only unit that right now wants armor doesn't care about anything else. Apply armor 1 to friendly units. I would love to pop that on the top floor. I have another hidden path. This counts as a spell rather than as a minion, so it's not going to come up at the wrong times for us. See, this is our anti-sweep, is the thing. But the Hornbreaker is already kind of... Like, actually, my whole board is fine with sweep, as long as I put the Fortifiers on the Hornbreaker Prince instead. This solves a problem I've already solved. I don't think I need it. Now, there has been, like, a sentiment that I agree with, by the way, floating around about my playstyle, which is that I would rather get a very, very big number and lose than have small numbers win a run. Right? I 100% agree. One of the things I do when I start with a game, as per my playstyle, is I try and break it, right? I try and break it in every single different way that I can to see how insane runs can get in all of these different directions. And then eventually I start to come back to the middle as I realize, you know, this stacking 9,999 poison or frostbite or, you know, strength or whatever, as the case may be on different games. Stacking that ridiculously high number, not necessary. You can kill most bosses with 8 strength, right? In STS would be an example, rather than needing to get to 999 or 99. I think it's just 99 in that, right? So what I just did there of turning that down because I already had sweep protection is part of me trying to make sure that I keep those in check so that I don't end up with a deck that's really good at one thing and dies to everything else. Okay, so as for our upgrades here, we basically only really care about the Guard of the Unnamed getting extra health here. As for our spells though, holdover on either of the Titan's Tooth or even an offering token would be really good. And a concealed cabinet's obviously really nice as well as 2 removals. So we're going over this way, effectively just dodging the artifact value for the full value of this side. Double stack's not bad on like a Titan's Tooth, but I prefer it on a Fortify. So we've got a double removal here. It's probably 2 Train Steers, to be honest. Great. Before I do that, we do have the extra draw every turn as well. I'm gonna make a Frozen Lance cost 0. Should I give it plus 10 magic power as well? No, I don't think the plus 10 magic power on that makes sense. I think plus 10 magic power on the torches makes more sense. And then reroll. Ooh, consume, yeah, nothing. Plus 20 magic power and consume could also go on a torch. Another cost reduction on a Frozen Lance. The Abandoned Stave is like, it gives me discard fuel for the offering tokens, but I think I'll go with Calcified Embers here because I'm very strong at the moment, and this will make me weaker at the moment, but much stronger later. So I think I can afford to take it here. Non-boss enemy units restore all health when they move up a floor. This one, we are uniquely in a good position to do it. As in, we only ever do our kills on 1 floor, so this shouldn't really be a problem for us at all. Guard, Hornbreaker. Let's drop a Pyre Chomper here on the bottom floor. Gets our extra draw. Do I kill some of these? Yeah, I'll kill 2 of them. No, I'll be ascending things soon. That's fine. Okay, let's offering token here, just in case. Didn't find it, but that's fine. We'll ascend you. Pop down the new one, and great, go for another kill. So we haven't got a hidden passage for a whole cycle of the deck right now, so we do have to worry about this midline, but it shouldn't be too dire, rather. Kill that, and then cycle through this for a Titan's Tooth. And then cycle through this for another Titan's Tooth. Gotta get the Slay triggers where I can find them. Hey, there we go. You go up. I mean, mostly casting spells on that top floor matters to us. Yeah, even if it does nothing, I want to cast the spells on the top floor, because the Guard of the Unnamed's health here is actually, like, the whole fight is basically just how much health do they happen to have here. Because I need to keep that up. Great. I don't want to use the torch here because the Hornbreaker Prince is actually going to get the kill. Just trying to make sure the Hornbreaker scales wherever possible. Alright, that's already good scaling over there. Ascending, this is one really cool thing I love doing with the specifically self-made Harpy. Their whole gimmick is that they have 4 times multi-strike, right? But their base attack as well, so 5 attacks. So the Sycophant gives them +2 damage, rather, on all friendly units on death. So it buffs the self-made Harpy pretty ridiculously, but if you move it to a different floor and then kill it, guess who doesn't get buffed? Great way to suddenly be much more capable of taking out the self-made Harpy there. I actually could have torched my own Guard of the Unnamed for 1 extra HP there. 1 extra armor, rather. Perfect. Oh, good fight. Oh my, yes! Oh, I wasn't even going to call it, but yes. Demon units gain 1 multi-strike. That is going to include, as you might imagine, both of my Horned Warriors. So then I have 3 times, or 3 strikes, 2 multi-strikes. I think it's too late to take Ice Storm here. Frenzied Swarm. No, I'm fine there as well. I honestly think the deck is basically almost done. I just need to cut the croft. There's no minion upgrades I really care about anymore. I mean, there's just the Guard of the Unnamed getting 1 specific upgrade, but what are the odds of that, right? Hellvent over here does give me the opportunity to dupe another Horned Warrior, though. I mean, Vulnerable Gauge. Thing is, our deck costs... Like, these are 0 cost, right? They basically are. We don't even cast them with the offering tokens. Yeah, we can't use the Volatile Gauge here. I'll just take the plus 40 health on my Pyre, just in case. Okay. Fel empowers units with Rage, so that means you're not the Scourge Fel, which means we're actually fine. We can set up on the top floor. We still do want... actually, my Titan stuff, whatever it's called. They're doing well. My brain stopped working, but those are doing well at least. Yeah, that's what I was worried about, going past the Horned Warrior here. And the other one, just for good measure. I wanted to get the incant triggers off. I mean, we've already gone past both of the hidden passages, so I guess it's fine that we went past that. Okay. There we go. Ooh, that actually gave Rage 2 to the Master of Light. That's bad. That's not well done. We're still getting the Horned Warrior to get these kills right now, which isn't great either. Would love to avoid that. I'm going to give the armor to the Hornbreaker Prince in the backline here because of the sweep. Set you up for Ascension later. Great. Should have probably cast the Frozen Lance and Torch first there. It's my bad. There we are. Finally, we get our first Slay Trigger off there. We only need one to start balling out of control because it makes the first obviously makes the rest of them easier to reach. Okay, you've got a lot of damage on your sweep right now, so I need to give some serious armor to our Hornbreaker Prince there. I mean, we're not going to need 2 hidden passages here. Oh god, you gave them rage again. That was really rude, by the way, for the Fel to follow the Master of Light the entire way up, just giving it rage every single time, because that could have been us done if we didn't have the armor already for the Hornbreaker Prince. We'd already also considered what happens against a bad sweep unit and had the armor specifically ready for that, which is making me feel pretty good as well. The whole I managed to call it kind of situation, which is less of a flex of, hey, I called it, ha ha ha, kind of situation, and more of a, I feel like I'm getting better at this game in a measurable and tangible way kind of way. Okay. There we go. We actually got the kill on the Hornbreaker Prince again. So now we're really balling out of control. Okay, and then just cast a bunch of spells on you. Not that any of those were really necessary near the end. Hey, but we got another Slay Trigger out of him. Not that that matters at all. Last Stand is a bit too late. Ancient Synergy is... I mean, we have a few spells in the deck, but we're about to cut a lot of them out. Alloy of the Ancients is just a set up a little better situation for us. Makes set up a little easier, rather. Extra capacity is not that bad right now, and it's just so that I can put 2 Horned Warriors on the mid-floor by themselves as I'm waiting to use the hidden passages to ascend them. But I think more draw is going to be better for us. So we just turned calcified embers into excavated embers, so now they consume, gain 2 energy, draw 1. So upgrading those would be really powerful if I could remove consume from them, obviously. What do I want from a merchant? Oh, there's something I clearly want from a merchant right now. Rail Hammer. No, none of that's Rail Hammer. Units cost -2 is actually really helpful in our setup. The Concealed Caverns give me the opportunity to take the Trap Shoot or the Steel Pulley Claw here. I'm going to turn both down, though. Both of them are already golden in this save file. Let's re-roll, see what we get. Spells gain an extra upgrade slot. Does that matter at all to me? No, we haven't got any of our spells significantly upgraded. Hammered Chestplates doesn't really mean anything to me at all either. I might just avoid all of these, save my money. Maybe just purge some cards instead, actually. Let's purge 2 of these garbage torches. There's our multi-strike. I mean, multi-strike's just way better, right? After this gets a single Slay Trigger off, and it actually has the same ease of getting it as the Reaper 3, it grows by effectively 40 because it's in 2 different instances of 20. And this also gives it the ability to get 2 Slay triggers a turn later. Enemies enter with armor 20. This is annoying a little. I don't think it ends our game. But I do think it's pretty annoying. We're going to be, like, playing a lot of curses out naturally with the Purifier there. Okay. So. Let's do the obvious stuff. Fire Chomper. Horned Warrior. I'll Frozen Lance you. Oof. Oof. Yikes, that's definitely not what I wanted overall there. I might not be able to set up this last Horned Warrior right now. Or maybe I set you up on the bottom floor. Yeah, you're a throwaway. Yeah, because I need the Guard of the Unnamed to go to the top floor. I'm about to give away that Collector if I move... Hang on. Let's Hidden Passage and put a new unit down on this floor instead. And you know what? We Hidden Passage you up. Just so that I can make sure I get that Collector. Should have cast the final spell on the top floor there. That's my bad. Let's Offering Token out a Titan's Tooth and do it again. In doing so, setting up the backliner here for an easy kill. Okay. Up you both go, and there we go. Manny Demon Boys. Now, yes, the big problem here is the self-mutilations, of which I will have one every single turn. I'm quite resigned to that, honestly, though. I'm fine with it. In fact, if I ascend you, I'll be able to save myself one of them. Fine. Same situation again. Let's go with Titan's Tooth. Titan's Tooth again. Just for the encounter triggers. I'm not getting any Slay triggers off at the moment, but I honestly don't know if we need Slay triggers anymore. I think we might be we have moved past the need for Slay triggers. Society has progressed past the need for Slay triggers. Okay, keep throwing those Titan's Teeth out. Make sure to fortify a double stack. I love a double stacked fortifier. It's so good now that it's 0 cost. Like, to the point that it might be concerningly good, but I don't want to mention that just in case. All right, there we go. Enjoy trying to... Nope, yeah, didn't manage to get past the Stygian Guard. Stygian Guard is so good. I feel like so many of my Stygian runs have a Stygian Guard in, and it's very often like a huge part of the run. All right. There we go. Good work, Demon Boy. No, I'm fine. Don't need any of those. Also don't need any of these. We're not relying on any buffs. Armor is not a buff. Oh god, do I? One, two, three, four, five. I could get a sixth. I honestly think I'm better off removing things. Yeah, I'm going for spell upgrades. Consume removal. Permafrost. Plus 10 magic power is... Honestly, these Titan's Teeth are feeling like plus 10 magic power would be nice on them, but I really want to wait for holdover or something like that. Let's look at the other shop first as well. Merchant Trinkets. Incant abilities trigger an additional time. Love it. I don't need the extra energy that would give us, I don't think. Yeah, energy is not really a problem for us. I'll take plus 3 magic power, though. Let's make a hidden passage free, just in case. Consume removal and plus 1 to cost. And then I will reduce that cost off of the excavated ember. That's really good right now. We'll get back to and play that multiple times pretty much every turn. It's going to be great. I'm going to upgrade this torch to be 25 undirected damage so that I have the ability to take out backliners. Then let's purge some cards here. Probably, honestly, 2 of these Frozen Lances, the unupgraded ones. And I wouldn't be sad at removing a hidden passage. Because I feel like I now cycle back to them quite quickly. I mean, I can also just get the Pyre Chomper out of the deck. Yeah, fine. Let's do that. Hidden passages after the first cycle of the deck, pretty much, are going to be used. Well, second cycle of the deck, which is where I actually typically put them all on the same floor. But yes, should be fine. Should be good. Great. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to attack that Lightwing on the top floor because it enters, or rather all of my units enter with Dazed. I'll still probably be able to cast a spell there. Oh, the Horned Warrior is actually getting the kill here. Interesting, interesting. I'm not gonna do it, but interesting. There's no hidden passages left in the deck at this point. Get and use that offering token there. Fine, we'll give the hidden passages basically a reason to exist. Okay. Up you go. And again. And then we just need one next turn. Found it. Excav Ember is so good. It's the first time I've actually gotten to remove a consume on it, but obviously I knew it was going to be incredible. Hard not to. Don't need another hidden passage here at all. But I do need a more spells cast than that frontliner. That'll do. Because we've got 72 and 5, so 77 damage. Okay, so now the Hornbreaker Prince gets its first slay off. Which is what I've been angling for this entire time. And now we can start angling to try and get them multiple slays on the same turn. Because we've got the sweeper here, I'm going to block the Hornbreaker Prince. $50-50 for the Titan's Tooth right now. Dang, missed it. It's fine. We're 8 short of being able to kill the Pyre Wings with the first strike of the Hornbreaker Prince. Thankfully, I can use the Excavated Ember to give us back the energy that we don't have otherwise on this turn. Yeah, as I figured, those 2 hidden passages are now pretty... well, they're in the deck. Can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all, you know? As long as we get a single slay trigger off every round, eventually we'll be getting them off multiple times each round. Okay. Definitely get the armor. So another 20 on you. Is that going to be enough? Hang on. Let's keep going. Another Titan's Tooth might be enough. Okay, so the idea here is the Hornbreaker will get both slays. Dang, just missed the second one. I didn't want to calculate it because basically it was the only play I had that turn, so I might as well just do it and see if it works rather than figure out if it will work. There we go. Got both slays that time. And yeah, nothing's happening here. Afraid you've got no chance, boss. Absolutely none. I'll take a little bit more armor. And just watch this one play out. Oh, you love to see it. You love to see it. How much damage did we even take over the course of the run? I think we took 3 in an early fight for a buff. That might have been it. Check that in the run summary screen. Covenant rank up. Hey, okay. So Covenant rank is now 12. Major bosses have increased health. Yeah, I had to figure that one was coming. Making my way uptown. Walking even faster than if I were going downtown. Alright. What do we have in terms of the damage taken? It was 3 damage taken there, and then, yeah. Literally the 3 damage we took in the Gathered Clergy fight at the very start is the only damage we took the entire run. To be fair, we did very quickly have a very powerful Horned Warrior, and then just kept capitalizing on that. The Gurug's Goad was nice. I ultimately don't think it was entirely necessary. It did save us probably a little bit of damage in one of these middle fights. I'm gonna guess like this one, maybe this one as well. But the growth of the champion was enough scaling at the very end. The growth of the champion in the defense of the incant in front of it. Well, for the moment, my name is Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Monster Train. There is a link in the description down below with all my content on this game, past, present, and future, and hopefully we'll see you next time.